Hello everybody, my name is James, and have you ever thought about going to college for photography? The beautiful thing about photography is that it is accessible to anybody who has any device that can capture a picture. So since it is so accessible to everybody on the planet, why do you need to go to college for photography? What will it do for you? And on the flip side, if you decide not to go to university to study photography or any other fine arts, can you still make it? So whether you are thinking about going to college or getting a degree in photography, or whether you are trying to pursue photography on your own without a degree, I'm here to tell you that both sides are equally great and totally possible. They're totally doable. And so I'm going to give you some pros and cons to both sides of those arguments, and hopefully it will help you a little bit more if you are just trying to decide on your future plans. So why should you listen to me? Well, I got my degree in fine art photography from the University of Missouri, and I've been graduated for a few years now. I'm getting kind of old, so hopefully I can give a little bit of my experience, some of my wisdom post-graduation of whether that degree is worth it. So how this video is going to work is I'm going to break it up into two parts. First, I'm going to talk about why college is not necessary. And then the second part, I'm going to talk about why college really does help a lot and maybe some things I would change if I could go back. So first off, I think the majority of the viewers of this video probably will not get a degree in photography. You guys will try to pursue it, try to make money, make a living from it on your own. And before I get into anything, it's possible. You can do it. You absolutely can. A degree is not necessary for you to have a career in photography. So why is that? Well, first off, nobody cares about your degree. The only thing that people care about is what you are able to produce. If you are able to produce good work, then you'll get jobs. You'll be able to make money. That's possible. And on top of that, a college degree, even if you do go to school for photography, does not guarantee you a job. I mean, it can help. It certainly can. I'm not going to say that it won't help you, but at the end of the day, people just want to see what you are able to make, what you are able to produce, and that is so much more important than whatever degree you got. I will say though, and probably the toughest thing, is that you have to be incredibly self-motivated if you are going to try to pursue photography without a degree. By this, I mean you're going to have to learn on your own. Of course, there's so many great resources out online for you to check out, but you are going to need to connect with other people. You're going to have to learn. You are going to have to be extremely self-critical of your own work. You're going to have to look at your work and try to figure out what is working, what is not working. Also, let's be honest, university is extremely expensive, like in the US, where I'm from at least. So if you want to get a degree, if you want to pay that money, you could be looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt. So is that worth it? I can't really answer that question for you. You need to figure out if it is worth it for you. That leads to a nice segue into whether college degree is worth it. Is that money that you spend, is it going to help you? Let me explain. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about whether that degree is worth it, and if you have the option to pursue a university degree in photography, why it is very useful, why it helped me a lot, and why it may be able to help you. Because if you're spending all of that money, hopefully you get something out of it. So anyway, why specifically photography is worth it. I think the first thing and the most important thing is that there are critiques. If you don't know what a critique is, that is when you make your work, you do your photo, your art, whatever it is, you place it in front of the classroom, and the whole classroom tells you why it is either good or why it is bad. And this is not people saying, no, that sucked, that's no good, you're horrible, why are you doing this? It is people saying, this isn't good, but let me tell you why. And then they'll list reasons why. It can be very difficult. It could be hard, like personally, like you can be very proud of your work, and then there are all these people saying, no, it's not good, it's not great. I've been there, everybody else has been there. But through these critiques, you are going to get so much better. Having this community of people who are all very creative and different ideas and thoughts and stuff, they can really help you a lot. It is so valuable. It is priceless. And I don't think you can really find it anywhere else. Like Instagram, I love Instagram so much. The community is overall very positive and welcoming. However, that positivity can be kind of negative. You kind of get stuck at a level and you think to yourself like, oh, everyone's saying that my photos are really great, but why am I not growing? Why am I not getting more feedback, more job opportunities, things like that? And I hope I'm not being too much of a jerk here, but sometimes people need to work a little bit more on their photographs so they can be better. I sometimes wish that on Instagram people would tell me that my photos, oh, this isn't good. But let me tell you why. I really miss that aspect from college. It was so useful. It was kind of a grind. It was very difficult because I was very happy. I was very proud of a lot of my work, and then sometimes it didn't turn out that way in the eyes of other people. And on top of your classmates, there's also a professor who is a genius in photography. I was very lucky where I went to school. My professors were great, very useful, very helpful in critiquing my work and telling me how I can improve on my work and how I can get better. Also in college, they will help you unify your work into a single theme. You could take a really nice photo of a sunset, or you could take a really nice photo of a cityscape or a portrait or product photography or anything. But how can you take all these very different subjects and unify them to one work so that they are more unique to yourself? Because after all, if you're looking for jobs, if you're looking for ways to make money, people are looking for your style, how you can use your brand, your own unique eye, and promote their stuff. Another thing in college is that they will force you, at least they did at my school, to exhibit your work, put it in exhibitions, show it to the whole world, not just your classmates, and that can be a bit terrifying. It was very, very terrifying. But it's really helpful because especially in the art world, exhibiting your work is very important. So learning how to do that is obviously going to help you a lot. Furthermore, while I was in college, especially after I got past my intro freshman classes that were required for everybody, I was able to completely consume myself in art. Now, for me, this is wonderful. I love art. I was able to spend about 2 or 3 years just completely thinking about art, thinking about ways that I could get better. And I was meeting and talking with people who really had these really strange ideas, and I was able to think outside the box. So I was being constantly pushed. I was constantly being told new things, and it really opened my eyes to a lot of different things in photography and just the art world in general. I was exposed to so many different artists and different styles, and I learned about art history, and all of these things I think really helped me to put some of these ideas into my own work. After all, it is very, very difficult to try to learn anything on your own. You need the input of others. So being in college, being surrounded by a lot of other very creative, artistic people, just naturally will make yourself better. I'm able to think more critically about my own work. I'm able to look at a photograph that I've taken and be honest with myself. Okay, maybe it's good, but I think it could be better. How can it be better? Well, I learned different ways to make a photograph a little bit better. So basically, what does this all mean? Obviously, you can learn all of these things on your own. Maybe you're lucky and you can find a group of people who also share the same goals that you have, and they will be able to push you and give you some good critiques on your own work. So of course, if you can do that, then a $100,000 degree, maybe that's not really worth it for you. Because trust me, I get it. College is expensive. If it was free for everybody, then I would say yes, absolutely go to college to learn photography. It is so enriching. It has enriched my life so much. But I think the biggest question here is whether that money is worth it or not. I can't answer that for you. I can only speak personally. I think that probably yes, it was worth it for me. It made my experience in university so much better, so much more rewarding, and I really appreciate that, even to this day. Even if I know I probably will not be a millionaire, I will not be a billionaire, but that is not why I pursued art in the first place. It is something that I truly enjoy. It is one of the few things I feel extremely passionate about. So at the end of the day, to pursue a degree in photography, there was no other option for me. It was the only thing that I truly deeply loved, and so for me it was 100% worth it. Thank you everybody for checking out the video today. Are you thinking about pursuing an art degree? Leave a comment below if you are, and feel free to ask any questions. I really love talking about this topic, so let's have a discussion. I also really appreciate all the support so far on this new channel of mine. If you guys have any feedback, whether good or bad, I would really appreciate that as well. And if you're up for it, go ahead and subscribe, as that really helps me out a lot. Thanks again. I'll see you guys next week.